What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I'm here to celebrate the number one seeded Philadelphia Eagles win over the New York Giants, 22-16. I know, not a very pretty game. A lot of people feeling a certain way, and I understand it. Definitely very sloppy. I thought to myself, even, at the beginning of this game, like, all right, I get we're not trying to show too much here. It's backups, but defense held on for a while there. The offense definitely sloppy there. And look, we didn't get a touchdown from Jalen Hurts. I thought he was going to break the Eagles' season record, but look, he was out a couple games. It is what it is. But this team got the win. We've got the first round bye. We're the NFC East champs, number one seed. So it goes through Philadelphia, baby. I'm excited about it. And I know, look, this is what I talked about when I said, if we get that win last week, I still want to see Jalen Hurts out on this field because, well, I don't know how sloppy they're going to look. And it looked a little bit sloppy out there. So a little concerning, but hey, one of the announcers said something I had said to my girlfriend earlier in the game. I was like, it's all very reminiscent. And I'm just saying 2017 when, things look pretty sloppy, trying to get on the same page, things going on, injuries happening. I'm just saying, but let's get it together. You've got this extra week here of rest. Hopefully get Lane Johnson back, Avonte Maddox, hopefully Josh Sweat. We'll see how it goes, but excited either way. What is going on? Yo, getting the number one seed locked in. I'm excited about it. Hope you are as well. We did it. Yes, we did. And the Eagles went out there. They whooped some ass. Now we can all rejoice because we have been waiting and waiting last few weeks, Christmas, New Year's, like, damn you, trying to ruin this for me. You just try to get some joy out of it, and they take it from you. But we got it today, and I know it was a very weird game. You're like, all right, if we could just put this away, I want Jalen Hurts to be sitting on the bench, but he's not. So, look, they had some things to figure out. They tried to figure them out. Hopefully they figured them out because, well, we've got the playoffs coming up, baby. So whoever is our opponent the first round, I'm ready for it. Let's go. Question is meaningless if the Lions win later on. What about it? What is the question? I don't know what the question is, but no doubt it wasn't pretty, but we got it done indeed. My man Samuel, let's go Birds. I'm excited about it, but let's go. A little too close. It seems some rust. Yeah, that's what we talked about. Need that. We need that game. So let's go. Yo, NFC East champions, number one seed. We talked about locking it up the last few weeks, right, Drew? And unfortunately, we had some injuries and not trying to make excuses, but we saw what these things meant to us and what these players meant to us, what, pieces mean in certain, situations where we're dying on defense without them. Obviously, without our MVP quarterback, we're dying out there. So we talked about this. We need to get this rust off in the regular season because you go back to the tape. It's right even in the pregame. I said, even if he's in the third quarter, maybe things get sloppy. I didn't expect it to be the whole effing game there, but we talked about this. I do expect there to be some rust. And, he is dealing with the right shoulder injury, and I thought he did all right. There were times that I didn't understand why we're not, helping out, whatever, free rusher at most times and, getting off quick throws. I understand certain play calls, to go against that, but I don't know, man. I'm hopeful that we get back to our form where we can beat anyone, man. And we talked about this. Let them keep, sleep on whatever they need to. Drew saying it right here, and I truly appreciate that super chat down below, my man. Look, we locked it up. NFC East champions, the Cowboys, they suck. Little pick six master Dak Prescott out there showing why the Cowboys will be one and done. Best of luck trying to make it to the round we'll be in because we get that first round bye. So going to go ahead and right past that into the second round, and we'll be waiting for our next opponent. But number one seed, man. So we get that home field advantage throughout. It goes through Philadelphia. They got to come into our house, and it's going to be cold as hell, and I love every second of it. So come get some, whoever it may be. And, I think for me, this Eagles team, if they get back to how they were playing, they'll be perfectly fine. And I understand, there's some people upset, and there's always going to be. And I understand I was very upset through this game because I just wanted it to be over halfway through so we could rest these guys. But you'll get rest in this bye week. So it's fine. Everybody's healthy, right? So that is, Jalen Hurts is good to go. let's just be excited about this. We got what we wanted. We have 14 wins, the most in Eagles history. Of course, there's an extra game now, but still pretty effing impressive to win 14 out of 17 games. So I'm excited about it. And I think that this team, the sky's the limit, man. I really do believe it. And it would be great to get Josh Sweat back. I thought Robert Quinn did, pretty good we talked about being thrown into the fire before this game started. We talked about, so many things where we needed to see some of these backups really stepping it up. Boston Scott getting that touchdown we talked about before the game. And, I think that there were some good things from some depth pieces, but there was just obviously a sloppy game being played. And I thought to myself that, okay. We talked about throughout the week, maybe we're not, coming out here with our full arsenal here because, they're playing backups, but it just felt, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? And I know you guys felt it because it was just like, really would have loved to just come out here and kick the living hell out of them, but we didn't. So I appreciate you and the super chat, though, my man Drew. And look, like you say right here, NFC East champs, #1 seed, home field advantage, locked up. That it was the goal for the regular season. Now we go get our goal for the postseason. Let's go. Question, are they eliminated regardless of their play? No, I think if the Packers win, they get in. If the Lions win, they get in. But, let's go. Money in the building. Go, Eagles. Go, Birds. Fly, Eagles. Fly. I'm ready for these playoffs. Going to enjoy this next week. And, I'll put out some shows and we'll talk about some things. We'll talk about the opponents, the possible opponents, all kinds of great stuff. We'll have Victory Monday, the last of the regular season, and then we'll have our postseason Victory Mondays. We'll do some extra special things, but I'm excited about this. I hope you guys are, because we know how much they've earned this, #1 seed. And obviously with Gardner Minshew being so close, I was like, if you could just get it for us, but close call, but we get the win. And, so many records broken. We talk about the third in NFL history in sacks. We, obviously have 4 players in NFL history with 10 plus sacks. You saw A.J. Brown break Mike Quick's record for receiving yards in a season. 14 wins, the most in Eagles history. And again, an added game, I know very well, but impressive nonetheless that we have 2,000-yard receivers. This team, Miles Sanders in like week 13, whatever, had 1,000 yards first since 2014, or week 14, whatever. And it's not like we need an extra game there. So impressive. And hopefully we're just keeping Miles Sanders fresh for these playoffs. It's going to be cold. Going to run the ball down the throats of the opponents. And look, we can beat any team in any way. So let's go do that. Let's go. NFC East champs and NFC #1 seed going into this with the home field advantage. How beautiful it is, Tyree. This is exactly what we talked about. Regular season, this is what you want, right? This is all you ever want to get, and then you go win that Super Bowl. Sure, if you don't get it, it's like, okay, we're here, but it goes to Philadelphia, and everyone knows we have the craziest fans, best home field advantage. That cold gets to them, and I'm telling you, very reminiscent of a time I remember about 5 years ago. So just saying, throwing it out there. But I appreciate you, Jimmy F. and Smith. I love it. That used to be a nickname, Jimmy and Smith. We all know who know, but let's go. How about them Birds, Drew? Appreciate you. And if you guys are enjoying any of this comment, getting anything from this, if you have all season, you can hit that like button. You can hit that subscribe button. Join us. We'll be talking about a bunch of stuff throughout the bye here. I am very excited about it, but it'll be nice. No behind the enemy lines because they'll have an opponent this week. That's very beautiful. I look forward to it, but very pumped up about this. Let me hear your thoughts. How did you feel about this game? What do you think still needs to be fixed going into this postseason? Because look, a lot of issues, but I didn't think that they were going to come out with everything crazy. We knew we were playing backups. Just let's clean it up. I thought they might take out Hurts at some point. We thought so. We all thought they could, but look, they obviously saw that things were a little sloppy, needed to get things going there. And look, he looked all right. So we wanted him to play. I didn't want him to play a whole game either, but I don't want him to be rusty. And if they felt he needed to be out there and he got away without being injured, I'm okay with it. #1 seed, NFC East champs, all about it. 14-3. Let's go. Emotional one. Yeah, man. We're all very emotional. That's why we are the best fans in the world. Let's go. We're going to get some sacks in the postseason, so I'll be excited about that. But yeah, it would have been cool to break the NFL record. Unfortunately, didn't get it done, but still tied with like the 1980 or what is it 1987 is third in the league in sacks. So, hey, 70 is pretty damn good, right? So I'll take it. I'll effing take it, man. But yeah, I wanted to beat it too. But it is what it is. You only needed like 3 more. But let's go, Mike, my man in the building. You know it, EAGLES Eagles. We get the win on the road to victory throughout these effing playoffs. We can take on anybody. We've talked about this, and there are some tough opponents in the AFC, but we'll see how many teams can stay healthy. Who will, rise to the top? And hey, you're 0-0. And you talk about this, it's 1 week at a time now, and we get to surpass that 1 week and get healthier while these other teams got to, face each other. And I'm excited about it. And tomorrow, again, I'm going to have, a list of the matchups. We're going to talk about all that stuff throughout the playoffs. Right now, I'm just here to celebrate and enjoy, but I will have some graphics and some great stuff for you tomorrow to talk about this postseason and what this Eagles team has been able to do in this regular season. I am a very excited man, though, right now, and I'm getting more excited just being here talking with you guys because I was honestly, it was a very stale game. You're like, what are you doing here? We need to go out here and stomp on their throat, but I get it. You don't want to put them in harm's way with doing crazy stuff. Really vanilla offense. And look, it is what it is. We got the win. We're number 1, baby, and that's what matters. Talk your trash to everybody for the next couple of weeks. We got that bye, baby. They want to talk all they want. That's fine, man. Look at the Cowboys struggling. Steelers don't get in. Whoever you got hassling you, let them know the Birds are number 1, and we're going to head in and show everybody, when they come to our house, we mean business. So get your things together, Philadelphia Eagles, and let's go stomp everybody into the effing ground. Let's go. Make it a Super Bowl. Can you stream it? No, I cannot. That is illegal, and it would definitely ban me from doing that. But let's go, my man. Number 1, and we've been getting excited about it, Mark. We need that number 1 seed. Let them come through, Philadelphia. Best of luck to you. And, we got it. NFC East champs. You get to watch the Commanders with their backups beat the Cowboys, backup quarterback at least. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Liz in the building. Appreciate that super chat. Let's go, Eagles. 14 wins, the most in Eagles history. And again, we know it's a extra game here, but how impressive this team was. I just can't stress enough how impressed I am throughout the season with the injuries, with the things they've been, going through. But, we saw the connection with Jalen Hurts. He had only like 4 receptions to AJ Brown. Jesus, losing my brain, but he had like 95 yards. But Devontae Smith had 7 catches, and he had like 6 throws to Dallas Goedert for catches. So I thought that, getting those guys back on the same page. Dallas Goedert, remember, was out when Jalen was still here. Then Jalen went out. Dallas came back. Now they're all finally together again. I think this offense gets things rolling throughout the playoffs. We can beat anybody. But, let's clean these things up. And that's why we need this bye, right? To get guys healthy, to get things right on the same page. You got a lot of things to look at. And I think maybe that's part of the reason you have those starters out there. You want to see everything you can, what you need to fix going into these playoffs. And they felt Jalen was healthy enough with that extra week. And I'm very excited about at least pulling things off, having him healthy, hopefully getting Lane Johnson. Hopefully he stays healthy throughout these playoffs. Hopefully we get Josh Sweat, Avonte Maddox back. We had CJ Gardner-Johnson back tonight. That was beautiful. So let's just keep getting healthy. Let's work on the things we need to. And again, we've seen this team throughout the season prove that they can beat anybody. But I appreciate that super chat. Liz, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're excited to go whoop some ass in these playoffs. And again, I will be doing some shows throughout the bye week. Won't leave you hanging here. We will be getting excited about these playoffs. Feel like they'll be resting tomorrow. Yeah, man. This was the game. They will definitely be resting tomorrow for sure. And they will have an extra week as well. So, you're gonna have 2 weeks here until you play again. And very excited about watching these other teams, who they have to face. But obviously next weekend, we will not be playing anybody. So let's go. Not worried about defense. Yeah, they look great. And the offense, again, get put against in some precarious positions. And I knew that they wouldn't be, running everything crazy. We'd have some vanilla play calling, right? I know that. But I thought this run game, of course, without Lane Johnson, some things, you see, and I'm not saying Jack Driscoll's horrible. He definitely did some good things, but you could see there's issues, and they got to work on those things. But, defense looked good. Jalen Hurts, he's going to be fine, man. I think they're being a little cautious here, but I think we'll be all right. But, big day for Jake Elliott. We talked about that. You got to get a bunch of field goals. Do what you got to do. Who cares? but I'd love to see it. Yo, that would be beautiful. Big Red, and I appreciate that super chat, my man Mark. But how about we talked about before the season? Could it be the Eagles versus the Bills? Could it be the Eagles versus the Chiefs? How many great scenarios? The Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts comparison. Big Red versus the Eagles. New team, and we all love Big Red. And I think that would be, I'd be down with any of them. The Bengals, Eagles, I've heard it all. We got to make it, man. And any of those three teams I just mentioned could obviously make it in the AFC. I think we could beat any of them, though. So we got to just worry about week in and week out. And these next couple of weeks are going to be really exciting. And let's just hope in a few weeks we're talking about this Super Bowl win, baby. I really feel, and you guys know how hard I fought to get people on board with this effing team, in the offseason. But it's like, this is why, man. They are truly the number one team. And you can't just base it off of what you just saw here. Like, oh, man, that was, a sloppy game. But it's like Jalen Hurts coming back from this shoulder injury. He looked good. And things obviously, again, you're not going to throw everything out at a bunch of backups here. But things were a little sloppy at times. But that's fine. We've seen games where that's happened. This team knows how to adjust, how to go into practice, work on things, have that extra week here. Let's go. Let's go. But I agree with you, man. I think it would be awesome. But Big Red, man, I think it's something like, the Eagles are doing something to just, I don't know, make my childhood better. It's like Andy Reid never got us that Super Bowl, and I still love the dude. He got his, but let's go beat him for our next one. We got to beat Tom Brady after 13 years. I had to wait, and it's like, yeah, we all, had to wait. And it's like, dude, this would be beautiful. I would agree with you 100%, but I'll take on anybody, man. But we got to make it. Let's go. And I believe this team can. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Celebration indeed. And I told you pregame, we will be celebrating. I hope to see your asses in here. Let's go. I'm pumped up, man. I can't believe, that there was so much going into this season, like, oh, this, that, the other thing. Cowboys were the best. The Giants, the Commanders were going to be better with Carson. All this crap we had to hear. Jalen Hurts can't develop. This defense, you can't do this. It's like this defense just broke all kinds of effing records. They're amazing, one of the best in the league. Then you talk about the offense, dominant as hell, and sure, looked a little sloppy today, but when they get things going, you know how great they look. So celebration, indeed it is today, because we know what this team's capable of. Get back to form, and we will be celebrating throughout this postseason, man. I think that Victory Monday, it's going to be fun. I'm going to put together, the playoff scenarios, some of those things. We'll talk about, the Eagles year-in review, kind of take a look at how they've done stat-wise, everything where they stand. But this is a beautiful, beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. Number one seed in the NFC. Truly beautiful, beautiful. I appreciate all those super chats, though, guys. Truly do appreciate you. Cowboys lose and we win the division. No, all we had to do was win. Didn't matter. They only had 12 wins. So they lost. Haha, they suck. But all we had to do was win today. We got that win. Let's go. It's always beautiful to see them lose, though, because, well, the Cowboys suck. But I appreciate you and you hitting that like button, and everybody else. Truly appreciate you guys. One game at a time, indeed, my man. And we will be at the link the next time we play. So that's the best thing about it. You get that number one seed, and it goes to Philadelphia all the way up to the Super Bowl if you keep winning. On the topic with Big Red, how about Dougie P getting it done? Yeah, love to see it, man. And, I was talking about that last night on Twitter. I think that man, he will always hold a place in my heart because, obviously what he did for us. But it's like that guy, just such an awesome dude in the locker room. Everything, you've seen him with the ice cream, the jokes, the crusher, all the stuff we had with Dougie P. And I thought it was really terrible at the end there. We knew Carson Wentz was a little turd, but Dougie P didn't want to change what he was doing, and he wanted to have Press Taylor as like offensive coordinator, all these things that I didn't really agree with, and was stubborn about it, but still a great coach. We talked about that, but to see him go in there and find success, it's beautiful, man. And we talked about that with the talent they had there that they brought in there for him. He really could find success. They sneaked their way into the playoffs. It's great, man. I hope that they do well. So it's great to see, Dougie P and Andy Reid obviously in there and doing their thing. But the Eagles, they're going to go stomp everyone. But we'll get a week of rest first, because that first round bye, you love it. Eagles won NFC East champs, number one seed. Girls lose. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Happy for you, my man. I did not. I was pretty pissed off. I tried to be Slick Rick and the Thunderback crew. I put in, it was Driscoll and Chris Moore 2 weeks ago. And I don't know why. Took out Gerald Everett and I think Deontay Johnson or Najee Harris, one of the Steelers players. And if I would have just let him go, I would have won. And then these last 2 weeks, I would have easily won against anybody. I had like way too many points. And of course, I had to watch it. And I was like, of course I would have won because now all my guys are healthy. And, but I'm happy for you, man. At least you won because, man, I was so pissed off at myself. And I was thinking, with all the things that were going down, everybody, we were in the group chat trying to figure out how the winning, everything going down. So wondering how everybody's doing out there, but happy for you, my man. Let's go. Maybe we'll have to put together a little on the road to victory fantasy football, but looks like we've got some champs up in here, so I'll have to watch my back. But good for you, man. Great job. Enjoy your winnings. And, of course, go Birds and go you, my man. Having CJ back, of course, man. And we talked about that. And if we get Avante and Josh Sweat back, how much they mean to this defense. We talked about CJ Gardner-Johnson, how he could start at safety, but he could still play some nickel. He did exactly that. He used Reed Blankenship and Josiah Scott, but his versatility, what that means to this defense is huge. A great point there. It is very huge, man. So very happy to have him back, and let's keep getting some more guys back, and let's get back to that dominating form we had. And congrats indeed to Drew, my man. Love to see that brotherly love being shared in there. We've got a bunch of champs in the building. Let's go. You love to see that, man. I thought I was going for 3 years in a row, and I'm pretty effing pissed off winning the title. And at least you won. And that does. It makes me feel better because it's like, dude, these dudes, I'm going to have to hear about it all the way until next year. So I'm going to hold on to your win and just live vicariously through you, my man. So go get it. Do I think Sweat will be back? Look, I have no idea, man. It's a neck issue, and that's something very concerning. And I think that, that's something they're going to be very careful with, but it didn't seem too serious, right? He seemed like he was, they were optimistic he could return possibly in the playoffs. The same with Avonte Maddox. No idea, though, man. It could be one of those things where like, oh, yeah, he could come back. And then he just never comes back. And you're like, oh, well, that would have been cool. Who knows? Hopefully they give us something. But look, we're going to have a bye week here. We don't have to do anything. They won't have to practice until the next week when they've got a game. So I don't know. We won't see an injury report or anything. I mean, I'm sure they might give us some updates on, some things, but we'll see, man. Either way, very excited about that game. And I think that we're all very excited because we're going into this playoff as we should. The number one effing seed, NFC East finest, because look at 14 wins, man. That's impressive no matter who you are. So congrats to the Philadelphia Eagles, and let's keep building on this. We haven't reached the pinnacle yet, though. We need to go get the number one prize, and of course, that's that Super Bowl trophy. So let's go. Not upset the Giants lost this game. It did mean nothing. Yeah, man, they already had the number 6 seed locked up. But look, Philadelphia Eagles getting it done. The Giants, 9 wins this season. That's, good job by Brian Dable. They're going to go in, try to win in the wild card round. We'll see what they can do. But Eagles proving they are the number one team in the NFC. And now we got to go prove that we are the number one team in the NFL 1 week at a time. Let's go win 3 more effing games, baby. That's all it takes. So I think that, this team has proven anybody wants to come get some. So, hey, work on it. Work on your flaws wherever the injuries are. Next man up, where, whatever changes in play calling schemes with these injuries, whatever you got to do, man, figure it out. We got to hope that everybody stays healthy throughout this postseason. But if we do, man, the sky is the limit for this team. But again, celebrate tonight. Enjoy your night. It's a victory night, another victory Monday tomorrow. Again, I'll bring the playoff scenarios, the Eagles year in review, how everybody did, all that great stuff. We'll talk about that. We'll have stuff throughout the week. The number one team, the NFC East, Philadelphia Eagle champions, all of the above. Let's go home field advantage, first round bye. Go Birds. I cannot believe. And we talked about it, Christmas, New Year's. They just had to do that to us, keep us on the edge. But they got it done. So let's remember that. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get rolling out here. What a crazy day. What a crazy game. Getting it done, though. That's all that matters. And look, we'll talk about the things we got to work on. We got a couple weeks to talk about it. And then, when it is game week, we'll talk about that opponent just like it's, any other game week. We'll talk with the behind of the enemy lines. We'll do all the top matchups, all of it. But this bye week, I'll throw some shows at you. We'll talk about some things. But if you need anything in that time, throughout this bye, please feel free to reach out. You can follow me on any of these platforms down below. Talk some birds. I mean, I'll be talking about all I can. I'm excited. Let's celebrate. It's Victory Monday tomorrow. You get to go to work. You get to go to the grocery store. Everywhere you go, let them know. Let them know. Let's go. And Victory Monday tomorrow. I can't wait to talk with you guys. Enjoy this win a little bit more. And again, I'll be talking about the seeding. We'll see after this game tonight with the Packers and the Lions how things shake out. But going to be an exciting next few weeks, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate you tuning in throughout this season. It's been a wild one, but we got it done. Got the number 1 seed. We won the NFC East. So celebrate tonight. Yo, I appreciate you tuning in. Glenn, Drew, Liz, Mark, everybody with the super chats. Drew, Liz, Mark, you guys are awesome. Really can't thank you enough. Blue City, appreciate you taking the time as well. And the win from Drew, shout out to you for winning your fantasy league, my man. And I hope you'll tune in tomorrow, my man Mark. Victory Monday indeed. And yes, it is, my man. So hope you're excited as we are. I'm so glad to see people getting on board with this Eagles team. It was a tough offseason, but they're here for the postseason. Everybody's locked in. Biggest Eagles fans, join in because we're ready to rock and roll, baby. And we told them that this team was no joke and let them sleep and push whatever narratives because even in these next couple, they had to and they didn't do that. Don't let them get to you. Let them know that the Birds are the number 1 team in the NFC, the NFC East champions. Oh, yes. Cowboys, man. I don't think you'll be hearing anything from them. And, I do pretty well. I try not to talk to people that don't know much about football, and that's most of their fan base. So you won't be hearing, I won't have to see everybody arguing with them on the timelines, and that will be nice. Cowboys, Giants, they lose. Commanders go out and beat the Cowboys. That is truly hilarious. The Eagles showing why they are the best in the NFC East and the NFC as a whole. Now let's go prove that we are the best in the NFL. I hope you all enjoy this night. Go celebrate with your loved ones. Rub it in the face of your friends and everybody else who's talking crap to you. Let them know the Eagles mean business, and we'll show the world throughout in these playoffs that we truly are the best team in the NFL. But I hope you all have yourselves a great night. Again, if you need me, please feel free to reach out down below. You want to talk some birds? You're watching this later. Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this game, what we need to work on, whatever, blah, blah, is on your mind. I don't care. Let's go, Birds, baby. Number 1 in the NFC. I cannot believe we got it done. Putting our backs up against the wall, but we got it done. So celebrate. Again, don't let the negative Nancys are going to be out there. Don't let them get to you. Just go. Have whatever you do to celebrate, go do it right now. Let's go for me. Just go out there and just write in somebody that needs to hear it. Just give them a go Birds right in their face. Let them know it's game time. Playoffs are coming, baby. Get yourself excited, but I hope you'll tune in tomorrow. Victory Monday. But have yourselves a great rest of the night. Until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory for your Philadelphia Eagles, the NFC number 1 seed, the NFC East champions, the first round bye, home field advantage. That is so beautiful to say. But have yourselves a great night. And Drew, only positive vibes will be accepted because the Eagles are going to the playoffs with a first round bye as the NFC East champions. Have yourselves a great rest of the night. Go celebrate. And as always, go Birds!